JMats here, GenerationD20.com, and I did that in the wrong order. Really should have entered the queue and then started recording. I was going to do a 4-3-2-2, but looks like the 8-4 is going to fire quicker now. And as you know from most things here at GenerationD20.com, we do not have the patience to wait for something that actually fits our skill level. So with that in mind, here's an 8-4. Crappy thing with that, of course, is that we have to make it to the finals to actually win back our packs. Okay, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do 5 picks, what is going to be my pick, and then 5 cards counting down from there for what I would pick next. And at least do that for the first couple picks out of the pack. Here, Street Spasm, I think, is going to be my pick. Reason being is I think Augur Spree is possibly better, but Street Spasm keeps me open to is it or Rakdos. Doesn't make me commit right away. I'm a little leery of picking either one, just because Splatter Thug, Grim Roustabout, Launch Party, a lot of the good cards in the pack are there. But Street Spasm, Augur Spree, Knightly Valor, Splatter Thug, and then Grim Roustabout, Towering Indrik, something like that is probably my top 5 in that pack. Okay, here, and of course, immediately I start heading towards Rakdos anyway, because top card here, I believe, is Stab Wound. Second would be the Sky Knight. Third, Sunspire Griffin. Fourth, Healer. Fifth is really debatable. Maybe the Guildgate, but the Spawn, the Runewing, Slitherhead are all right up there. But Stab Wound, removal, and also damage when played correctly. Okay, here, I mean, who needs creatures in your deck, I guess is what we're saying. Most powerful card is Dramatic Rescue, but since that is in 2 colors that I am not in so far, and I will want to be playing the 2 cards that I have picked, if at all possible, that's not the logical place to go. So I think I'm going to take Explosive Impact. However, Syncopate, even the Guildgate, if I'm going to be in black, possibly splashing over to green, that is a mana fixer. I don't know what am I really getting out of my impact. Well, if nothing else, it's cut in red. And I'll say that's justification. Here, I think it's a pretty easy pick of Jailbreaker, both because it's on color and because it, I think, is the best card there. Keening Apparition, Is It Guildgate, Sluiceway Scorpion, Risen Sanctuary are probably the cards down the line that I would pick. Okay, here, I think I'm going to take the Ash Zealot. The double red I don't love, and it has me thinking about possibly Grim Roustabout. Most powerful card here is probably Judgment, then maybe Ash Zealot, Tower Drake, Grim Roustabout. But since this is on color, and it's a pretty good way, it's so much better than Shred Freak. Here, the best card probably is Rootborn Defense, maybe the Key Rune. Dead Reveler, though, is very good, especially for my deck. And that gives me, helps fill in some spots. Very happy to get this second Jailbreaker. Jailbreaker, I am going to have to prioritize guild gates a little bit, but Jailbreaker is just really efficient in this format. And Deviant Glee is a nice thing to throw onto said Jailbreaker or Ash Zealot or Splatter Thug. There are several creatures that really benefit from that little boost. Grim Roustabout is another one who fits that bill. Just kind of wrapping up. So far I have no flying creatures, so I'm not going to worry about that. Slitherhead I'm not 100% against, so I'll take that. Happy with his second Deviant Glee. Electrickery for maybe the sideboard. Neither of these are making anyone's deck, but we'll take the Pyro Convergence and the Vandal Blast. Go ahead and hide the Electrickery. Slitherhead, I guess, you know, on his Ash Zealot, that makes it pretty good. If you get it on one of those first strikers, I guess, you can get some extra value out of those counters. It makes it much harder to block. But the fact that we're in black-red means someone else is taking all the good blue cards. Case in point. Extremely powerful card there. Okay, so most powerful card in the pack is that. What I will pick is obviously the Augur Spree at this point. My next pick would probably be Keyrune. After that would be Shambler, Racketeer. Powerful cards that are also here: Guardian, Slime Molding, and really that Righteous Authority. But another on-color removal spell and a powerful one at that. Can't pass that up. This one's a little bit tougher. We're going to take the Stab Wound, but I would love to have the Throw Kill Assassin. Throw Kill Assassin does a lot of work. Things to look for to table, possibly the Traitorous Instinct or Tenement Crashers could get it back around to us. Sunspire Griffin's going to go to someone, Electromancer will go to someone will take the Guild Gate, Monitor, Rootborn Defenses, those ones for sure. Judge's Familiar, some people place a little bit higher than I do. Throw Kill will be gone, and Dispel, so we might get one of the on-color cards. There's yet another Stab Wound. Would like the Cackler, but multiple Stab Wounds are really, it's a fun clock to put someone on. And now that we're up to 3 in our deck, that could be pretty entertaining. Here, it's a hard call in that we need Guild Gates and haven't seen any Rakdos ones, but we do need some Guild Gates to help our Jailbreaker. Lobber Crew, though, also kind of fits into a spot in our deck. Sewer Shambler, I'd take that. I think I'm going to go with the Lobber Crew, though. I like that. If we end up getting more control-y with like Stab Wounds, have these guys back even as defenders, Lobber Crew could help us. Nice thing about Lobber Crew is if you have a Stab Wound on a creature and they're attacking in, you're able to block it. You know, if it's small enough at least, block it and not kill it. Okay, from here, probably Dagger Drome Imp. We have the double Deviant Glee. And so that makes the Imp a little bit more impressive. Here we take the Guild Gate. Like I said, would like Rakdos. Will tolerate Golgari, or is it? It's just a slow land, but the potential upside of triggering those guys is worth it. Speaking of potential upside, I'm okay taking the Trestle Troll because there's nothing else that would make our deck, and if we did get like a second Golgari one, go up against some flyers and need some help, Trestle Troll does a pretty good job of that. Roustabout would give us another early drop. Spawn of Rick's Body gives us something else for our late game. Right now, I think we go with the spawn. It can be kind of hard to come by some of the bigger creatures. Aerial Predation, I guess in that same way, the Trestle Troll. If we were playing against the right deck, it might make it. Tenement Crasher's tabled, so we'll take that. Tenement Crashers is pretty fun. The haste of it definitely is relevant, and you can surprise a lot of people. In some ways, better than the spawn. The one power I think is, and one mana more, um, are not huge setbacks, and the haste makes up for it. Okay, Sluiceway Scorpion, another one of those cards that if we really decided we wanted to push it, just take cancel. I always hate when people can counter things, so we'll take that away from them. I'm going to hide all the cards that have green in it, because I don't think we'll need it, and I don't, at this point, want to rely on a guild gate to get there. It's kind of a curious deck. It's, ooh. Okay, so Mizium Borders we absolutely have to take. It's one of the best cards, if not the best card in the format. Skymark Rock is probably the second most powerful card there. Would like that Thrill Kill. Do we have any chance at tabling the Guild Gate? Thrill Kill and Skymark will go for sure. Someone will probably take Gate Creeper, Healer, Arrestor, Decoy. We probably have a chance at either Dagger Drome or the Guild Gate. Definitely the Spawn will still be here at the end. Kind of depends if someone's going for an Ethereal Armor deck. We'll take the Mizium Mortars and not worry about those other details. Okay, out of this pack there isn't a whole lot for me. I'm going to take the Pursuit of Flight, and that ups the value of the Is It Guild Gate if that does end up being a splash for us. Another reasonable pick would be Perilous Shadow, as we will probably have a lot of mana and black mana that we could spend. Herald's going to be gone, Sunspire's going to be gone, Trestle Troll, that Guild Gate. Okay. Here I probably have to take the Golgari Guild Gate because we're getting low on chances. Kind of want to take the Growing Ranks because whoever gets that, that can get out of control in a hurry. But I'm going to take the Guild Gate, make my deck stronger. And Annihilating Fire also serves that purpose. Like the Dead Reveler, and the Judgment's nice for somebody, but gotta take that. Ooh, wow. Here's a dilemma. We're a little low on creatures, so I probably have to take Splatter Thug. Ultimate Price, though, is yet another answer. No, I take Splatter Thug. Because even casting him leashed plus Deviant Glee gives you a pretty good blocking wall if we need time for those stab wounds to go. And here, probably another Pursuit of Flight. Cobble Brute's okay, but with these guys I don't really need him. Oh, and that's pretty late. Annihilating Fire. We must be one of the only people playing red, which maybe made the Splatter Thug pick wrong. Here I'm going to take the Predator just because I hate flash creatures. And that Guildgate did table, which is awesome. So that one I actually want to play. Shadow came back around. Don't think we've gotten to that rich Rakdos pack yet. Getting like a dead Reveler back from it would be really incredible. Okay, so what are some cards that I could have cut but haven't? I'm going to take this Guildgate not to play it, but I don't want anyone else to be able to fix their mana. Mind Rot's not going to make it. So we're down to 24 cards at that point. All the Gavel versus Foil Land. I love me some Foil Land. Okay. It's hard for me to say whether potential upside of Shadow. Potential upside is that he can also block better against something that's stab wounded. Yes. Stab wounded. What are we sitting at for removal? I mean, I think it's an alarming amount. Even getting the Batterhorn back is nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 removal spells. 4 enchantments, which might be a little bit high. We'll have to see whether we cut a couple of those. So we want the Shadow, the Jailbreakers, the Stab Wounds, the Dead Reveler, the Imp, and the Roustabout. We want the Spasm, the Crashers. Impact maybe is not as important, and I can take just a big dumb thing. I'm not playing any artifacts. And since it's May, I guess it doesn't really matter anyway, but sometimes it's nice to have a Batterhorn in there as an answer. Annihilating Fires, yes. Splatter Thug, Lobber Crew, Ash Zealot, Mizzium Mortars, Augur Spree. That gets us up to 11 creatures. I feel like, well, a couple things. I feel like we could run these, either of those, without a whole lot of trouble. Like taking that one, probably, because we do have double green on those guild gates, so maybe running one of those. And then, let me look at my curve. Maybe we go Slitherhead. He makes Imp better, he makes Roustabout better, Splatter Thug, Ash Zealot. Yeah, probably run that. Go back to that. I just like I like having a few more creatures if we're going to run some of these. So then from here, Pursuit of Flight with only one chance to trigger it, or the Trample. Trample might actually be more relevant. So take the Deviant Glees, put in my guild gates, add in some land. It's going to suggest something kind of like that, but we go with something a little bit more like that. What am I going to have trouble hitting? Probably Ash Zealot turn 2 could be tricky. Outside of that, I think I have a pretty good chance of having the mana, and Annihilating Fires have the same, possible chance, but 13 creatures, I like that. Ton of removal, I love that. It should be a fun deck to play. Um, Spawn versus Batterhorn is maybe one of my more questionable choices at this point. Uh, Actually, I just thought of something else. I think Pursuit of Flights and adding one more, adding an island is a better play. Here's why. If I have stab wounds on their creatures and I can't attack, if I have flying, I can't. If I have trample, I kill them. So I think that makes sense. And with that thought in mind, I think a spawn is much better because you're swinging for 2 extra damage, possibly through the air. Okay, I think I have sold myself on it, hopefully sold you on it also, and I'll see you in round 1 and we'll see whether I was talking out of my ass or whether something good happens.